Of course, I had to go to school in Weber because that's in my hometown. You know, and like
in Ogden.
yeah, like when my mother said, she says, I really want you to go to college. I can't afford to send you to college, but she said, you live at home. She said, that won't cost you anything. If you can, you know, get a part-time job to pay for your tuition, then you can go to school up on the hill. So that's where I went to junior college, 2 years there.
Speaking about part-time, I understand you work here part-time.
Well, part-time, I get one day off to play golf.
Oh, I see.
Wow. Well, then you commute from here to Ogden every day?
No.
Or, I mean, no.
No, I live in Bonneville.
Oh, Bonneville.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
I thought you lived in Ogden.
No, that,
Oh.
I was born in Ogden. So, yeah, I'm really an old stick in the mud, you know. 90 years, and only 2 years I was in the service. The rest of the time I lived here in Utah.
We went up to the Ogden train station. Saturday, they celebrated the 90th anniversary of the Union train station there. And then outside, so it's a Golden Spike Centennial Expo.
Oh, I see.
So it was all sort of rusted and the paint was falling off and stuff like that. And we couldn't go back far enough to photograph the entire car, so we had to shoot it from an angle. So you would see Golden Spike at the beginning, and you had to go to the other end, and you would see the word Expo, but you couldn't read, you know, Golden Spike. So, but that was actually, you know, kind of interesting that they would have that up at the Railroad Museum.
Well, I'm familiar with that train station because I just lived a block from there.
Yeah,
Oh, you did?
We were trying to figure out where you live.
25th Street.
Yeah, 25th Street. Where was that in relation to?
25th Street is the main street.
That's the main street. It goes east from there, yeah.
Did you live on the left side of the block or the right side of the block?
Left side going up.
So did you?
The street right in front of the train station is Wall.
Right.
Yeah, right.
The next street is Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
And the next street after that's Grant. I lived in 208, which is 200 is Lincoln. And so it's just two houses, two doors east.
So you lived on Wall Street?
I lived on 25th Street.
Oh, 25th Street, but between Lincoln and Grant.
Between Lincoln and Grant.
So we were right there.
But almost on
right
Lincoln. Just
well,
off the
you
corner.
see,
We were just about to cross the street.
right after Lincoln, if you take away Andrew Johnson, the next president was Grant.
Grant, that's right. Well, then Washington is the main drag, and that's where you start for the presidents, Washington, Adams.
I see.
All the Ogden kids know the early presidents because that's where the streets are named. But anyway, so yeah, Bamberger Railroad is a little electric railroad that runs from Salt Lake to Ogden. And its main first stop to go to Salt Lake was on Lincoln and 25th.
Oh, Lincoln and 25th.
So yeah, so when I came to the university, that's where I got to jump on that little Bamberger train to come to Salt Lake and go to school. Catch the bus when I got here to Salt Lake.
Well, we took the front runner up from Salt Lake. It was like an hour or so, a little over an hour. So we spent about 3 hours there, you know. And it was just a really wonderful experience.
See, our family never did have a car. So going back and forth from Salt Lake. 2 weeks later, I go back and
Laundry was done.
Laundry. Well, I take the clean laundry back and bring the dirty laundry 2 weeks later.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you much longer.
Well, yeah,
But it was a pleasure. It was truly an honor for me to photograph you.
What did they call you, Kilowatt? Who came up with that?
No, I don't know. just a nickname. You know,
So it has to do with
back in
electricity.
those days, guys didn't have anything to do except they changed their names. So the Caucasians would often give them
so
American names so they could.
It's Americanized so they can remember.
Yeah, so they can remember.
Oh, Caucasian gave you that?
Yeah, that's so it sounds. The guy called me Kilowatt.
Was that Utah? University of Utah?
No, it's earlier than that, I think.
Oh,
I was in junior high school.
Junior high school, you got that.
Yeah, I think one of my buddies. There was 4 of us that went to first grade together, and I was Wataru until then.
Yeah.
And they said, hell, he said, that's too complicated. So they said, your name is Watts from now on. That was the first grade.
That's first grade.
So from the first grade
They tried to Christianize you.
until now, I've been Watt, and a lot of people don't know me by anything else. But anyway, there was two Caucasians. Both of them were English, I guess, and one Mexican, and me, and that's foursome.
Mm-hmm. So you weren't called a fearsome foursome?
No. And I'm the only one left.
Oh, I see.
And in fact, yesterday, or day before yesterday, I went and visited one of these guys, this one guy's wife. She still lives in Ogden. Well, she went to school with us from the 6th grade on, so I've known her, been real close friends with her for what, 84 years, I guess.
Well, in meeting some of the people that currently live here, people who are younger than you, we found out that some of the Chinese have lived here like 20 years, 25 years. They've been actually here a long time. And I can't fathom why Chinese would want to move here. But I understand that the University of Utah is one of the in the top 100 best universities in the country. So there are quite a number of Filipino students that go there, and I guess there's some Chinese students as well. So, but I think once people come to Utah, that they like the scenery, they like the air, and so forth.
There was a Chinese family that ran a restaurant in Ogden, and I got to be pretty good friends with him. His last name was Wong, but he later moved to Salt Lake, and he became a real big University of Utah booster. But his younger brother was an architect that got to be a good friend of my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, who's an architect. But there were too many Chinese.
No? So when the Japanese initially came to Utah, was it for sheep herding?
No.
No? Or was
railroads and farming.
Railroads and farming. Oh, I see. Because I had heard that there were some sheep herders, Japanese sheep herders. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
That's an old wives' tale or something.
Yeah, I don't know about too many sheep herders.
Well, a lot of after Topaz, I think a lot of people come to Salt Lake to settle after the war.
Yeah, quite a few came to Salt Lake.
They couldn't go back to the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I think at one point there was like like 4 or 5 consecutive presidents of Japanese American Citizens League that were from Salt Lake.
The national office was here in Salt Lake.
Oh, really?
For a while.
In the 70s, was that in the 70s?
JCL National?
Before them, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
JCL, yeah.
Yeah. But what was the sentiment within the Japanese community when they built the Salt Palace? Because I understand it decimated the Japanese community.
Oh, yeah.
It's all that's left is the 2 churches, the Buddhist and then the
Christian church.
Christian church.
Yeah.
So
Japanese town was 1 block east of there. So, and that's where they tore that out for the
yeah, because I was here in the early 70s when there was a lot of concern about that, but I heard it was pretty difficult to mobilize people, because they would have to travel distances 15 minutes away or even 30 minutes away just to talk to one family. But I understand that they still have a bone festival, on that street. They close off, the street and do that. Because I was also trying to get Jerry Hirano, is it, from the Buddhist church to do a commemorative Buddhist ceremony at the Chinese Arch.
Right?
Yeah, but he was out of town. He was in Spokane.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Pastor for quite a number of cities around here.
Oh, cities. Oh, so
Yeah, right.
he's like, so he represents like a mountain region.
Well, not quite that much, but it's like Ogden
Uh-huh.
and some of these small communities, farming communities,
I see.
around here, Layton and stuff like that. So
Oh.
he's a,
Yeah, I understand. He's been around about 30 years. So, but every time I tried calling up the temple, there was no answer. They didn't even have an answering machine. So now I understand why he's so busy.
yeah, he's really busy.
You know, maybe I'll have to make reservations with him for next year. Because, we intend to build up the Presidents of Asian Pacific Americans. Be it Salt Lake or for the state. Okay, because it seemed like all the Chinese restaurants were on South State Street, on the west side.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but there's so many. We've probably eaten in maybe a half a dozen of them. Since we were here.
There used to be in Ogden. There's right along Grant. Used to be Chinese and Japanese restaurants right just in that
right next to each other?
one block. Yeah. Almost next door. Like you have a Chinese, Japanese, Japanese. Like in a row right there.
Yeah. Before Pearl Harbor, did the Chinese and Japanese restaurants serve tea cakes that is now fortune cookies?
Oh.
Did they have that there?
Yeah.
They did. So were they shaped the same way?
Yeah.
Same way?
Yeah.
Because I had heard that the original fortunes were tea cakes that became fortune cookies, and after the Japanese were incarcerated during the Second World War, the Chinese took over the production, and because of the shortage of flour and sugar, they actually made it smaller.
You know more about that than I do.
Oh, well,
Wikipedia.
yeah. At best, I'm probably an armchair Asian American historian with no degree, no sheepskin. Well, I think we're finished here, right?
Yeah.
So,
Get back to work.
yeah. So we'll help move this stuff back.